Oh, didn't realize you were there. Sorry about that. Have you ever in your life believed that, especially from a young age, that you had a particular mission, something that almost like you were given a directive, and you know that the directive exists, but it's like one of those self-destructing messages, and as soon as you're born, the message is gone, but the feeling of the existence of the message is still there. Welcome to Be Still VoiceWorks, the place that's meant for you. Many people on this earth feel that they have a special mission. They feel something within them that's always been there, and they know will always be there. And they cannot get rid of that within inside their core. Within inside. That's a strange way to say it. It's raining today. It's beautiful. If you are one of these chosen people, you'll have many things happening in your life that can kind of give you a hint that that's what you are or who you are. Your life kind of sucks in a way as far as all this crap happens. It's so much. I can't bear it. But you always do bear it. You always can. And at the very last second, something always comes in and saves you. And in a weird way, you knew that was going to happen. And this can cause you to do so many different things in your life because you're testing that, especially when you're younger and you're trying to figure out if this is a real thing. You start testing it and doing dangerous things or getting yourself into a situation where you know you can't get out of it on your own. Let's see what happens. How do I get out of it? And you can put yourself into all kinds of difficult positions because you don't believe it's happening, but you know that it's happening. I think I've mentioned this before, but it's a really good one to use in an example about this. I was going to get evicted from a house I was living in several years back, and I owed on my rent, I needed to pay like $1,840, some random number, in order to stay there and not get evicted. I did not have an opportunity to make that kind of money in the time I had allotted. But what happened? I said, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. Meanwhile, my significant other's getting considerably stressed out. Don't worry. I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. We'll fix it. Next thing I know, a letter comes in the mail. And on that letter, my grandmother, who had just passed, she had an insurance thing for me. And upon her death, the insurance plan was cashed and the money was sent to me. And it was literally down to the dollar what I needed for my rent. That's the kind of situation that I'm talking about. Your whole life, you could be this close to death, but you know you're not going to die. One of the things that I was doing that I thank God I've stopped doing. You guys know I've always been a rock climber on the channel, climbing anything that I can get my hands on without any ropes, and it's extremely dangerous. And one of the things that happened to me is I fell about 30 feet, and right before I hit the ground, something picked me up just a bit. I'll put the video in here right after this. And I was able to walk away from that incident, and I had to climb my way back out of that little ravine that I was in because that was the only way out. Things like that. The car accident, when I was in the military, things were happening my whole life. So I've been doing digging around the internet, and I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that feels like they cannot die until their goal is reached. And the other funny thing is, other people that I've spoken to who are like this, we all believe that there will be a crazy, tragic death for us, but it's going to be in line with what we're doing. Maybe saving someone or riding against an evil government. You never know. I'm just saying. We all have this strange feeling that at a certain age, our time will come and it'll be dramatic. And I'm not so much worried about that. Dying isn't really an issue for me. Been there, done that. But if you are one of these chosen people, and I don't mean it like the chosen one, like Harry Potter, but if you are one of these chosen people who has a mission and you can't get it out of your head and you continuously in your life push against that mission, fight against it, just anything you can to not be involved with what you're supposed to be involved in, you'll notice that your life does not go the way it should. But as soon as you line up and get yourself in line with what that goal is, get yourself to a perfect point. I say this so many times, like if you're a lustful person and you know the only thing you need to finally become your ultimate self is to ditch lustful things. Well, first off, I could tell you, when you want to ditch something that's a big inner problem, it's only going to magnify itself. You have to deal with the root. And if it's a bad tree, kill it from the root so it doesn't grow back. If it's a good tree that just has mold or some sort of fungus, then give it the medicine, copper spray, whatever you have to do. Make it better. Fix it. You have to fix it. If you don't, you'll never become what you are meant to become. If you have any questions about all this, I'd love to answer. I'm going to go about and see what kind of fun guys are hanging out in the forest today. And if you don't get that joke, I'm not gay. I'm talking about mushroom. Some good mushrooms grow out here in the pine forest. I like to take pictures of them and send them into the Mycological Society for fun, as you do. My lunch break is this. Most people are at McDonald's, but this is fun. So if you believe you might be one of these chosen people, reach out and leave a comment, and we'll continue in this series into what it means to become that, what it means to finally become your full, actualized, realized self. Now, it may not bring you the peace that you're needing, but it will bring you clarification about what you're supposed to be doing. And it's easy to achieve peace, even in chaos, when you know who you are and you remember to be still.